And strange ones, you can light the candles with it. Right. Please say 3 times very calm together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone. And very nice to see you all today for today's session too. So, and before I start, I would like to wish everyone to have a very good session. May this session be also very enlightening, and may you be able to develop inner peace and inner happiness further. So Vipassana meditators, they will keep on practicing the Vipassana meditation, and the newcomers, they will be instructed to practice breathing meditation. So if I remember what is breathing meditation, so once again, so breathing meditation is all about the breath, right? What you have to do is, when the breath is coming in, be fully aware. And when the breath is going out, be fully aware. And don't observe the breath all the way in. End your observation at the end of your nostrils. So if it is long, if it is short, if it is soft, if it is gross, let it be so. You are not here to control them. Your job is just to observe it as it is, right? When it is coming in, you are aware that it is coming in. When it is going out, you are aware that it is going out. You keep on observing. So when a river flows, so just like you keep on watching the river without reacting. So what you have to do is, you have to focus on the breath. So breaths are just like a river too. They keep on coming and going. So even though you have the advantage to breathe in and breathe out intentionally too, but even though we have the intention or not, so breath is coming in and going out. So your job is just to observe the breath as it is, right? Don't imagine any kind of breath. Don't expect any kind of breath. Just be the observer. Staying at this present moment, you keep on observing, right? So Vipassana meditators, so during these days, we are practicing Vipassana meditation mainly. So they are asked to observe they are asked to practice the fourth step of Vipassana meditation. So what you have to do is you have to observe. So we observe the middle part of our body. So we observe the sensations on our chest, and then after that stomach area, and then after that we move our attention to the back, and we have to partition the back into 3 parts. And in those 3 parts, whatever the sensations that you feel, so you observe them as they actually are. So you don't imagine, you just observe the sensations which are actually that you feel at this very moment, right? And then you understand this sensation is also, you remind yourself whenever you encounter a sensation, this sensation is also impermanent change, right? And just like that, my whole body, it is changing continuously, right? So you have to remind yourself, whatever the sensation that I encounter, let it be heat, let it be coldness, let it be chin sensation, crinkling sensation, blood circulating, pulsing, or any sensation. Let it be so. Just keep on observing it and realize this sensation is also not eternal, this is impermanent. Coldness change, sensations of coldness change and become they pass away, and then they arise the sensations of heat, and they also later on they also will pass away, and then at that very place you will experience sensations of so hardness, softness, or pulsing, or any other sensation, itching. So just let those sensations to be the same. So don't try to favor one sensation and defavor the other sensation. So understand whether the sensation is comfortable or uncomfortable or neutral. They have the same characteristic. They are impermanent change, right? So with that understanding, keep on observing the sensations. So that is for Vipassana meditators. Newcomers, please practice breathing meditation. So today, before I start, I would like to share one scientific experiment, results of one scientific experiment with all of you. This experiment is done by all of us. We love to live happily, right? No one of us like to live sadly, peacelessly, unhappily. So this experiment is done. So this experiment is done to figure out what are the habits that can make you happy in life, that can grow your happiness in life. So I will teach you 5 things. Please keep them in mind. So don't make these teachings psychological entertainments. So please practice them at home. Okay. So Lorry Santos, she is a professor about happiness in Yale. So she is the one who had done this recently, and she has found out 5 habits that can that can maintain and increase your happiness in life, right? So number 1, so make a list every day about the people that you need to pay gratitude. That means every day at night. So reserve several minutes to list several people that you need that helped you within that, and include their names on the list. Sometimes that professor says Sometimes this might look as a simple thing, but actually when time goes, it becomes a big reason for you to be happy. Right? It increases happiness within. So every day at night, it is good if you can write down certain names that help you, names of certain persons that help you within that day. For an example, today, I help you, you can enter my name. Just kidding. So then that's number one. Make a list of gratitude every night, right? Before you go to sleep. And then number two, sleep for a adequate period of time. So some people think no, too much sleeping wastes the time, but this professor says, so during the time that you sleep, you have to sleep, and it is good if it is a long time, right? Then number three, every day she asks us to meditate at least 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening, right? So that's what you are doing. So keep on doing that, right? So 10 minutes in the morning, please practice meditation. 10 minutes in the evening, please practice meditation, right? So that's number three. So number four, spend time with family members and friends. But you have to be aware. Friends means they should be wholesome friends. There are two kinds of friends. Friends so that leads you to heaven, and friends that take you to hell, right? So you have to be careful. So somehow recognize who are the wholesome friends, nice friends, and associate them, right? Family members, reserve time for your family members and friends. So in good old days, you always had to go, but now you have your phone, you can talk to them, right? So then after that, she asked, then fifth factor that she found is, so reducing the internet time and building real relationships, right? So instead of developing relationships through the internet, so better to build up relationships with real people, your neighbors. Yeah, we know certain people even don't know who their neighbors are. Yeah, that is the truth, right? So many people don't know who are living with them in their village, right? They even so some of them might know the neighbors on the opposite houses, but after that they don't know who live on their street. So better to know them and develop relationships with them, real relationships. So then these are the 5 things. So number one, making a great list of gratitude. Number two, good long sleep. And number three, meditation. And number four, spending time with your family members and friends. And number five, reducing too much internet. And then creating real relationships with the others, right? So when you do these things, so she says that anybody can increase happiness with it, right? So I always, as a meditation teacher, I impose on the third one, but somehow please practice the other 4 too, right? So it is good for you. It's good for you. Then, so with that, I'm going to start today's meditation. So whatever the meditation technique that you do, give your entire attention and give your entire strength. With your entire strength, please practice. How much you work hard, that much you will gain, right? So don't, when you sit, don't think about anything else related to your work, related to your home, related to your country, or anything. Sit here as a person who is sitting right here at this right moment, right? So don't be, whatever the occupations that you do, don't be that occupant, right? Don't be that the person in the office. Be just you and sit here right now, right? And if somebody's name is Kama, so King, so that person should sit as that person, right? Not without any titles, no titles, just use it, right? So so practice your meditation technique, whatever the meditation technique that you practice during the silent meditation time. I wish that made that meditation practice be very, very successful. Now, please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Now, please close your eyes, not very tightly, but not very smoothly too. So close it to the level that you don't see the outside things. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Now calm down. Calm down completely. First, I will pay our respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha out of gratitude. Then after that, we'll start the silent meditation time. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vicacharana sampanno sugato lokamidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sandittingo akaliko ehi passiko opanaiko paccattam veditammo vinyogiti. Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami chimatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidam chattari purisa yogani atte purisa puggalam ese bhagavato savata sang ahuniyo pahuni dakiniyo anjali karaniyo anutterang punya khitang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very equanimous mind, very patient mind, please start your meditation. If you are practicing breathing meditation, please keep on doing so. If you are practicing Vipassana meditation, please keep on doing so. Whatever the meditation practice that you do, may that practice be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Please start the silent meditation right now. Now, please stay eyes closed. Keep the eyes closed. But if you want, you can change your posture. If your legs are paining, you can let them relax. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in breath. Loving kindness meditation in breath. First, let's share our sincere loving kindness, thoughts of loving kindness, wishes of loving kindness with ourselves, with you. Please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. May I be well. May I be happy. Not by words, not by speech, just think yourself. By mind, please spread loving kindness. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards our parents, towards our teachers, towards our relatives and friends. Just like me, my dear mother, my dear father, my dear teachers, relatives and friends. Be well, be happy, be peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards them. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards the neutral people. The people who are not our friends, as well as who are not our enemies. The people who are in the middle. May all the neutral people also be well. May all the neutral people also be happy. May all the neutral people also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards our enemies, letting go of your grudges and understanding that if you keep grudge, you are the first person to suffer. So focus your loving kindness on your enemies. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. May all the beings in the world be well, be happy, be peaceful. Let it be human beings, animals, birds, fish, or any other being, without discriminating any being. Let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings, all the beings. Bhavetu sambe mangalam rakantu sambe nimetam samme buddhanubhavi samme dhammanubhavi samme sanghanubhavi Sada Sutti Bhavam Tutti Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Now everyone, very calmly, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax. Now please join your palms together and say it 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope you had a good silent meditation session. It's not easy to keep the mind focused on one thing. It needs a long time practice to tame it. As I always mention, taming the mind is just like taming a wild bull. So when you capture the wild bull from the forest, right? And when you tie it to a tree, what it does do is, so it is not used to that. So it starts to run. It wants to run away. But since it is tied with the rope, it only can run away to the extent that the rope allows. Beyond that, it can't. But after trying like this for several days, so it understands that this is its boundary. So what happens is then the bull gives up the idea of running away and becomes a tamed animal later, gradually, right? So mind is the same. When you start at the beginning, so since it has a lot of negativity, so we had the addiction to sensual pleasure, we have the aversion, anger within, and then we have the laziness, and we have the wanderingness, mind is wandering, and then we have a lot of doubts. Because all these things, we can't focus. But since you are practicing meditation, so mind wants to run away with these 5, but since the rope of meditation contain it within the boundary, so it can't run away far, right? So it comes back, so it wanders around the boundary, and then after that, what happens is gradually it starts to think, right? So to have a tame mind, it takes a long time. So work hard with loving kindness towards yourself, being pitiful towards yourself. So please keep on working hard. So if you love yourself, you should practice, right? So so whatever the meditation technique that you practice, please keep on doing that. And every morning, make sure if you are a beginner, please practice 10 minutes in the morning at least, breathing meditation. And evening, again, 10 minutes, breathing meditation, right? Like that, please keep on doing it. Day by day, you will change, right? Nobody else can come and change you, right? No any divine force will come and keep that divine force hand on your head and calm you down. You have to do it hard. You have to do it for yourself, right? So please do so. If you are a Vipassana meditator, please practice at least 15 to 20 minutes. 5 minutes breathing meditation, and then 10 minutes, 15 minutes Vipassana meditation, and a few minutes for loving kindness, right? Please practice like that. Whatever the meditation practice that you do, I sincerely wish that may become very successful, may be able to do it very well. So during these weeks, there are several meditators who are missing today. So along with all of them, I was discussing about the 8 noble paths, the 8 factors that we have to shape the life upon. The first one is, I told them, right view. Right view. That is the most important thing. If we don't have the right view about life, then everything goes disarray, right? So right view is very important. So we have to understand everything is impermanent. And then number 2, so all beings are suffering, right? All beings are destined to be born, and then to decay. They grow old. They are bound to become sick. They're bound to pass away. And then whatever we wish, they don't happen most of the times. And whatever we don't expect, it happens most of the time, right? And like that, there are so many sufferings in the world. So then there is suffering that all beings face. So in their real life. And number 3, so there is no any eternal being. We think that if we call someone John, we think that John lives forever. John who was born as John. So the boy, when that baby was born, we named that baby as John. And now after 20 years, you think the same John who was born as a baby is here. So, but the truth is that person has changed. So, so for uncountable number of times, the very person who was born as the baby, we can't see that person right now. That person is completely changed. So there is no any eternal I. So it doesn't mean we should not talk as I. We should talk, but deep down you have to understand there is no any eternal being. So when we have these understandings about the world, about the beings, then, and when we understand about the 4 noble truths, so then we develop the right view. When you have the right view about life, so truthful view about life, then you develop the right concepts. So how you live now, you live according to your concepts. If you don't have concepts, you won't live well. So you can't live. So you live your life according to your own concepts. If you have right concepts, you do the right things. If you don't have the right concepts, if you don't have the right concepts, and if you have wrong concepts, you do your things with those concepts. So then because of right view, then you develop right concepts. Then because of right concept, last week I taught everyone that we develop right speech. So right speech means harmless speech. So we don't, if I remind again, we don't tell lies, whatever it happens. We don't practice abusive speech. We don't practice vulgar speech, right? Abusive speech. And then we don't practice empty speech, meaningless speech. Instead, we always practice truthful speech. We always tell things that can unite people. We talk about uniting people, and we talk in a way to unite people. And then after that, number 3, so we tell words, we use words which are nice to hear, which are memorable, which bring solace for yourself and for the other people. And then you tell words, use words which are meaningful and which are beneficial for yourself and the others. If not, you keep your silence, right? So this is right speech. Then, so because of that right concept, you develop right speech. And because of that right concept, you develop right actions too. So in Pali, it is called as Samma Ajiva. So Samma Kammat. Kammat means actions. Samma means right. So right actions. Samma Kammat. So in Sanskrit, we call it karma. So kriya. And so in Pali, we call it kammanta. That means the actions, right? So then, so when you have the right concept, what are the right concepts? We develop 3 kinds of right concepts. Basically, you think, you determine, because of right view, you think, whatever it happens, so I will not harm anyone, right? And I try my best. So then I try to come out of all the negativities that I do have. Whatever it happens, I won't get angry, right? So what are the right concepts? You determine because of your right view. You understand everything is impermanent. All beings have their own suffering. And then there is no any eternal life. So then because of that right understanding, you think, but therefore, I won't harm anyone, whatever it happens. I will try my best to come out of my negativities. And I try not to get angry, whatever it happens. So because then based on these 3 concepts, so we practice the right speech and now right actions. So there are 3 main right actions that we practice. Number 1, Panatipata Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhi. Right? I know for sure in Vietnamese we have same meaning in the 5 precepts in separate words, right? So then normally, so when there are Buddhist functions, before we started, we observe the 5 precepts, right? So among them, this first one is there, second one is there, and third one is there. They are right actions. Panatipata Vedamani. Panatipata Vedamani means abstaining from, so killing another living being. Intention. So that is the first right action. In this whole world, we have to understand all beings like to live comfortably. There is no being that likes to live uncomfortably. Is there any being who likes discomfort? No. All beings, regardless of the realm that they live in. Let's take human beings. So we may be from various countries, right? So, but we all love to live comfortably. We don't like discomfort. That's the truth. So understanding that no one should harm the other people and no one should kill the other beings, right? So Panatipata Vedamani Sikkhapadam Samadhyam. Such kind of person who has right concept, right view and right concept determines I will practice right actions. And the first right action that person will practice is Panatipata Vedapan. So not killing the other beings. So a killing. So a killing is completed when when five things, five parts of the process, five parts of the process are completed. What are the five steps, five parts? Number one, so the person who kills violate this precept, right? Violate this right action if that person knows that that being is alive, right? So somebody knows that there is a being who is alive. Number one. Number two, then after the number two, knowing that it is alive, right? So there is a being who is alive, and you know that this being is alive, right? And then willingness to kill, right? Willingness to kill. So there should be the thought to kill. And then having a plan to kill. Having a plan to kill. And using that plan, killing that. When these five steps are done, you become a violator of this right action. Right? There's a being that is alive. You know that being is alive, and then you have the will to kill that being, and you have a plan. Following that plan by hand or with a weapon, right? Or with a rod. So you kill that being. Or with poison, you kill that being. Then what happens is you become a violator of this right action. And then you create bad karma, and that bad karma is bound to follow. Right? So so you might have seen beings who pass away at the womb of the mother. You might have seen or heard beings that pass away during the delivery. You might have seen or heard about beings that pass away after several hours or days from the birth. Right? There are certain beings who die during the childhood. There are certain beings who die, millions of beings that die during the young age. There are millions of beings that die during the middle age. So we have to understand, so they don't die accidentally. The reason is this. So we have lived so many lives in the past, and we have done these kinds of karmas, and they are bound to follow. And then such kind of beings, they are bound to face the repercussions of those actions. Right? That's why this happens. If someone lives longer, we have to understand. Such kind of people, for a long time, they haven't practiced killing. Therefore, they survive. Even though so many things come in life, but still they keep on living. They enjoy a long life with good health. Right? So we have to understand. And then people do killing in various ways. So Buddha teaches, sometimes certain people kill by their own hand, right? So, and certain people kill by asking another person to kill, right? Then after that, certain people don't kill by their own hands, but throwing some kind of an object, they kill the other beings. And sometimes they kill the other beings not by their own hand, not throwing anything, or by using the other people. So what they do is they um, they create tactics. I mean, they uh, they create traps. Yes, traps. Yes, they create traps so beings can form and die. Or sometimes they set the guns to set off. So using a wire, right? So like that. And certain people, they kill the other beings not using any of these ways. So they have certain kind of mental powers. Using those mental powers, they kill the other beings, right? So and then after that, there are certain beings so who kill the other beings using the black magic. We call it black magic, but so it's another technique. So using that, certain people kill the other beings. So there are these kinds of 6 killings, 6 ways of killing the other being. So whatever the way someone follows, so that person violates this right action. And the bad karmas that person create, that is bound to fall. But the person who has the right understanding and the right concepts, that person determines, whatever it happens, I won't kill anybody. I will spread my loving kindness towards the other beings. I wish the well-being of the other beings. So I will always live my life thinking, may all beings be well, may all beings be happy, may all beings be very peaceful and comfortable. Right? Then that's the way how you keep this present, this right action. And then what will happen is in this life, you gain the ability to live long. And on the upcoming lives too, you will have long life with good health and with a good mind, healthy mind, right? So you will be able to enjoy all those kinds of lives with comfort, right? So then we have determined whatever it happens, I won't kill. I won't harm, I won't kill. Second right action is, then I want to mention this one too. There are certain people who kill the other beings thinking that they want to free the other beings by suffering. That's wrong. Each and every being has their own karmas. And all beings, they like to live their own life. Sometimes they want, certain people or beings won't like the sensations that they feel. But deep down, they like the life. Just like they loved the life before. They like the life right at that moment too. But because of the suffering, they might, without the right consciousness, they might say, I don't want to live, I want to die. But the truth is, they loved the life before, just like that right now too, they love the life. Understanding that to free any being, we should not kill them. Right? We should let them to live. Right? So it may be uncomfortable, but still, we don't have any authority on other beings' life. Sometimes we try to kill them because we don't like the sensations that we get by seeing the other person's nature. But we have to understand different beings have different karmas. Right? So then, if you can do something to make them comfortable, you should do your best. Beyond that, you should not take their life, right? Then number 2, not stealing. All beings like to have things, own things, and that's their right. And even though how much beautiful it is, right, how much expensive it is, we should not develop greed towards the things that the other people are, right? Because all beings have their own right to be happy by owning things, right? So, but if you take the other people's things, then you break the second right action, right? So so if you know, there are 5 things, 5 steps to violate this right action too. Let's say there is an object which belongs to another person. This object is there and it belongs to another person. And second thing, you know that it belongs to another person. It doesn't belong to you, or it is not different. And then you have the willingness to stay, right? And then having a plan. And then finally stealing it. So using that plan, stealing it. So if someone follows these 5 steps, then that person violates the second right action. And then later on, what will happen is, because of that bad karma, so whatever you do, they don't become successful. You can see in the world, there are certain people who do the same thing in the same way, but the outcome is one person gets a lot and the other person gets less. Why is that? Karma. It's because of our own karma. Yeah. So the person who gives a lot gets a lot. The person who gives a little, or the person who stays a lot, so don't get the way that they want, right? So then stealing can be, people do stealing in various ways. Some people take by themselves. Some people steal by themselves. Some people use the other people to steal. And then some people, let's say one of your trustworthy friend who trust on you, keep something along with you. Later on, you like it, you want it. So when that person comes, you say, oh, I'm so sorry, I lost it. And you keep it. So that is also stealing. Then there are things that belongs to the other people. But using lawyers and filing false cases, right? So and using various kinds of tricks, you own the things, the land, so the other things that you don't deserve, that you don't belong. That's also stealing. And sometimes some people fraud the other and take things. Scamming, right? Scamming. So sometimes people call and then they'll say, even though we paid our electricity bill, they'll say, you haven't paid your electricity bill for 2-3 months. You have to pay it right today. If not, we are going to cut your electricity. If you don't know that they are scammers, then you are about to go to Walmart and send them the money. That's stealing too. Be careful, right? So then certain people, just like sellers, they sell things. So whatever the customer pay for, you don't give that exact amount. You give less, right? Or you give something which doesn't deserve that amount of money, right? Or you mix something, right? For an example, I know, in certain country of us, certain sellers, I have heard that they mix some kind of a red powder with chili, and they sell it as chili, but for a very small amount of profit, right? So such kind of things, they are also stealing. And then certain people hit the other people, threaten the other people, and kill the other people and take stuff. That is also stealing. And sometimes some people take things, making the other people confused. So that is also stealing, right? Confusion can be done by black magic. So recently there was a video on YouTube in Singapore. One lady comes to a hotel, and so there is no one around. So what she does is she brings several handkerchiefs, and she does this like this. Within 1 or 2 minutes, that lady is hypnotized, and then she goes to the counter and she bundle all the money that she had and gives it back to the lady who practiced black magic, right? So such kind of things are there. So then there are some other ways. So once one hunter wanted to sell a deer along with its calf, not calf. What do we call it? The baby deer. There's another deer.
It's a calf.
Yeah, right. So baby deer, let's say so.
Baby.
Yeah, along with its baby. So then a cunning person went to this hunter and told, right, so how much is the mother deer and how much is the baby? He said baby is worth $1 and mother's worth is $2. Then that person said, right, so give me the baby deer. I will give you $1. Then he gave $1 and took the baby deer. And then after that, after some time, he came again to the hunter and told, no, I don't want the baby deer. I want the mother deer. I already gave you $1 and take this baby deer and give me the mother. So $1 I already gave you. And now there is this baby deer and you can keep both of them and give me the mother. He gave the mother, right? Then hunter means he is not that much educated, so he got confused and he gave the mother deer, and by that way too, that person did a stealing. And then after that, so somehow, whatever so the way that we tactic that we use, in any of those ways, If we do stealing, that's wrong. And if someone does that, that person not only accumulate a lot of negative energy, that person violates right action, right? Then that person won't be able to live comfortably, right? Because of that bad karma. But right. Then third one, and the last one is kamesu michachara, practicing the sexual misconduct, right? That is also a wrong action. So there is a man or a woman who is protected by mother, father, sisters or brothers, or relatives, or by the community, by law, right? And so then with such kind of person, or husband, right? So with such kind of person, if we engage, so if we practice sexual misconduct, then that creates negative energy. So not only that, that person violates this third. So this way, that person violates the right action, and in return, such kind of people gain families where there is no peace. In that family, no peace. So sometimes all the members, they scatter, and even though they stay together, sometimes all the members, they are not united. They always live apart, right? Not emotionally connected. And throughout their life, such kind of people won't have a stable family, right? So, and they don't gain the ability to gain love from the other people constantly, right? Consistent. So such kind of things happen if someone violates this third one. So we should develop right will, and then we should develop right concept. With the right concept, we should develop the right speech along with right action. Then under right action, we should determine whatever it happens, I won't kill anyone or harm anyone, I won't steal, and I won't practice sexual misconduct, right? If you do like that, then you develop right action, and then because of that, you will be able to live a life with comfort and happiness. And because of that comfort, inner peace, right, contentment and happiness, you will gain the ability to calm down your mind. That you gain because of that calmness, you gain the ability to develop concentration, deeper concentration. You can use that deeper concentration to develop deeper wisdom. Using the deeper wisdom, you gain the ability to come out of all the negativities and to develop all the positivities, and finally attain the eternal peace, eternal happiness, Nibbana. Right? Please practice. Now please think. All of us gathered here and practice this noble non-sectarian meditation technique and accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of this positive energy, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. Practicing this noble Dhamma path, may all of us be able to attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhivadana sinisse niccang vada pacayino chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukham balam आयुरारोग्य संपत्ति सग संपत्ति में बते अतो निब्बान संपत्ति इमिनाति samijjatu. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very peaceful. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Good night to everyone. See you again on next Friday. Good night to everyone. Sukhi.